Hey guys, I want to talk a little bit today about the expat group we've been trying to put together. This has been kind of coming together for me. Right now with everything going on here, we really can't get much going as far as having meetings and stuff, because you're not supposed to have big meetings when all this is going on. So we have to really wait for this stuff to be over. It kind of has to come to fruition and we'll have to end totally. But we can get people in here. We can get people in here and form like our expat community. And with that, I mean, I'm talking about getting people to move into the area, helping people over here once they get here. And we're doing that. We actually have people already in the area. We have Expat Kenny, Expat Darren, and we have another guy, Don, who might move into this area too. He's looking for a place to live here. Right now, they have things that are open, but they're not too much to his liking. But we're looking around, and we're still looking around for him and many other people. But we also have Paul. Paul also is one of the people. He's from Alaska. We have Nathan and a lot of other people that are coming here also. So I mean, we have all this huge group of people that are coming here, and we also have like 15 other people that I don't talk to that often, because they said they're going to call me back as soon as things open up, and then they're going to come to our area. Now, there are other people that are coming to our area. They've contacted me in the past, but they're looking for their own type of place, their own home or whatever. They're kind of picky about what they want. They're looking more for like farmland or whatever in the Trece, Endang area, which is possible to get. But what we usually help people with is finding people a condo, a house, a 2-bedroom home, a 3-bedroom home we can get you. Sometimes we can get a 4-bedroom home on occasion. These are all rentals. We can get them cheaper than the average rentals out there, because our area is very reasonable, and you can get into a good gated community, or we can put you into one of the $80 apartments, which are fine. They're beautiful little apartments, okay? When they become available, we can find them. We actually have 2 lower units right now. They're okay. They're, if you're not really picky, but there are roosters in the area, there are dogs in the area, okay? And it's something you can get rid of with white noise or whatever. White noise doesn't really get rid of the rooster sound. It does help a little bit with the dogs and stuff, a little bit, okay? Roosters stop at night, but they do wake you up early in the morning. Over here, it's something you just kind of have to learn to live with. Learn to live with a certain amount of noise. And after a while, after about a year, you just forget about it. It's just background noise. It doesn't bother you as much. You kind of grow accustomed to it. And that's why Filipinos, it doesn't bother them, because they grew up with that stuff. They grew up with the dog barking. They grew up with the roosters. So if you come from a farm, you're fine, But anyway, in our little community here, we do have two places open right now. One's kind of a darker unit because of the spot it's in. It has another apartment complex butting up it against the back, which gives it no light. And on the other side, it's kind of dark because of trees, and it's really darker on that side. And on the front, it will become lighter and brighter once they open that up. They're going to be taking down these 2 buildings out front that are kind of junky buildings. I showed this apartment. So the last one I showed that's getting built, it's all cement and everything over there. It's starting to come together, starting to look nice. I'm going to follow up on that and do more on it. The owner is going to be living on one side, and my friend Paul is going to move on the other side, supposedly, if we, as soon as we get that locked down. We've already told them we want it, and they said that they would hold it, which is good. So we'll probably have Expat Paul up there, okay? And like I said, we have the 2 other places still open for about $80. And you can't go wrong on that. They'll be about 60 or $80. I know the upstairs units, they're 80. So I think the low ones might even be as low as 60, okay? These places will be brand spanking new. You can have, if you contact them now, they might even put an American toilet for you, okay? The only thing you're gonna have to put in is AC, okay? And the hot water. And if you wanna do any other additions to fix it up, make it kind of yours, you can do that too, okay? But most people put in the split type AC, and what they do is they try to get their money's worth out of it by staying there, semi long term, at least 3 years, I would say, to get your money's worth out of the AC. And the ones upstairs, those are all rented now. I think if you put a 2 horsepower up there or whatever, you'd be fine up there. You'd be fine up there because it will do the whole, if with a split type, it'll do that whole air condition, that whole upstairs. And it's a huge area. It's a high ceiling. It's got a loft. It's beautiful. Okay. The downstairs units, they're a little bit smaller. I don't like the way they're set up as much. There is a little bit more space in the kitchen. It's nice. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with the place. It's nice, but it's not an apartment that I would probably usually pick. But you know, you can make it your own. Just like I made my apartment my own, you can kind of make it your own. You can paint it the color you want, usually, if your landlord lets you. If you put a good AC unit in there, I think that one there, you'd probably have to have the dual split and put one in the back where the kitchen is, and one up towards the front where the living room is, in order to make it really cool all throughout the house there, because of the way it's kind of spread out. It is a big apartment, okay, but it's not set up the way I would have chose to do it anyway, because I think room-wise, they could have made it a lot better than what they did. But, you know, each person likes to have their own way of setting things up. Filipinos definitely, you know, pick out a different way to do things. I'm not sure if it's a functional way or a non-functional way that they picked that out, or for looks or whatever. But anyway, that's the way they did it. But when you're looking around here, if you guys need help, I always tell you people, contact me. You know, send me an email. Hey, Steve, can I have your phone number? Can I call you? And these places are good to lock down early. You know, if you think we're going to open up in 3 months or 6 months or something, and something comes available that I put out there, by all means, contact me. Like I said, we have those 2 places available. I myself don't like them. I'm going to be showing those more. Okay, maybe later on when they're finished up a little bit more, maybe I'll fall in love with them, you know, a little bit more than what I have. The upstairs are excellent. Okay, I'm kind of a stereo type guy. I like my music. I love my music. Okay, that's one thing I love. I really love music. And let me tell you something, with the upstairs units, with the loft and everything there, that's the one thing I loved about those places, was that the place was open. It had like this open concept where it was really, really high, beautiful, nice to look at. I think music would sound really, really nice in those loft style apartments if you had a good stereo system, a Bose sound system or something like that, or just a regular stereo system, preferably something really, really good, something high end. Would probably pay off to have in that apartment, because the sound quality would be tremendous in there. I'm telling you, I would love to hear what the sound sounds like in there with a stereo in there, because it just is so open, and when you walk in there, your voice kind of travels around. So I can imagine what a stereo would sound like in there, because it would be beautiful. But anyway, we also have homes around here to look at. We talk about this quite often, I know, because it's something that eventually all you guys are going to be looking for is homes. And a lot of you guys, since you've seen my vlog, you want to come to this area. And Trece, Martires, General Trece, I tell people, if you really want to get a more high-end home, go to General Trece. It's only 10-15 minutes away from here. Okay, 10-15 minutes away. And you can still come over here, get a ride over here, use the park or whatever. If you have your own car, use the park over here. You know, and there's plenty of places to go. And you're close to Manila, you're close to the VA. Like I've talked about in the past, there's a lot of places you're close to. You're fairly close to Batangas and Tagaytay. It's a road trip away. That's the great thing about Trece, Martires, is you're always a road trip away from everything. Manila, I can jump on a bus at Walmart in Trece, Martires, and go for a ride up to Manila. And guess what? I get off. I can take a quick cab over to Panda Express, and boom, guess what? I'm eating Chinese food, you know, and having a good meal. Or I can go to Outback Steakhouse right across the street from Panda Express, you know, literally across the street. And that means a lot to me. It means a lot to me because I like having west, at least a little bit of a Western feel over here, somewhat, to a certain extent. And I know Filipinos are a lot closer to that Western feel more so than Thai or Japanese or Chinese or Malaysian or whatever, because they had that Western influence from when the U.S. was here before. They're kind of westernized in their own respect, but they have their own feel too. I love the Philippines. I love the people. The people here are what make the Philippines what it is to me. And for me, my dream has come true here. And I mean that literally. my dream has come true here for me. I love the Philippines, and you know, for me to go back to the States and live in the States, it's highly unlikely. It could happen sometime in the future if things change, but I don't see myself moving back to the States. I really don't, unless something happened drastically over here or whatever, which hopefully doesn't happen. I mean, I know we have the China thing going on, and we have, you know, we always have government issues over here, things that are changing as far as the government, but I don't see that happening right away. It's sometime in the future, it might change. I do see the China thing getting bigger and bigger, but I'm hoping that it doesn't happen. But I think this year here, I do think they're going to try to take back Taiwan. How much will that affect us here in the Philippines? I'm not sure. It depends on how much more grabbing they want to do. For them to come into the Philippines and grab the Philippines, I think would be a big wrong move for China. So let's hope that that doesn't happen. But anyway, guys, God bless. Take care. And remember what I said. If you guys need help, I'm always here. You can always send me an email. I don't get back to people quick. I'll be honest with you. If I take a day off, I take a day off. I usually answer everybody within 48 hours. If you send me an email, I usually answer that within 48 hours, or a comment or whatever. I usually check all that within 48 hours. Okay, and if you want my email to get my phone number, I have a US phone number to call me. Feel free to call me. I tell people to call me in the evening, and it's during a certain time. I usually take between 5 and 10, 5 and 9, somewhere in that area. But you can call me all the way up until 10. If you need a special time to call me and you want to make like an appointment during the day or whatever, you know, I can do that. Or, you know, I'll add your name to my call list. So if I see your name come up, usually I answer it. Sometimes during the day, I'm out with my family and I don't take phone calls, and that's your night. And I just tell people that's my time. It's my time with my family or whatever. But occasionally I'm in the room alone doing something or whatever, and I can pick up the phone. So it's like a 50-50 thing. But anyway, guys, God bless. Take care. And remember, I'm always here for you guys if you guys need help with anything as far as Trece Martires. God bless, guys. Take care.